Have you guys ever wanted to watch anime with me? Well, now you guys can. We watch all type of anime and we do it on a nightly basis. All you guys have to do is follow me on Twitch and click the link in the description to join the Discord. With that out of the way, let's get into the intro. One Piece Chapter 1001, The Decisive Battle of Monsters of Onigashima. I think that's what the title is called. Let me make sure. Yeah, The Decisive Battle of Monsters of Onigashima. So, we're going to talk about it. Great chapter. You can probably argue this was better than Chapter 1000. I'd say the only reason why people are saying that because 1000 had to hype up the battle, and this is where the battle actually started. So that's something that was different. A lot of action in this chapter. I actually thought that we weren't going to get that much action, and we were actually going to get like the first couple of pages about the monsters on them fighting Kaido and Big Mom on Onigashima, and then we would like go to the Straw Hats below. But we didn't, and I'm kind of happy about that. We might get that actually next chapter. But this chapter, so we're going to talk about the cover page. Jinbei's, he's sleeping on a jellyfish. Pretty cool cover page, nothing too special about that, but we don't care about the cover page. I mean, we do. That was disrespectful. We do, but we're really talking about what we want to know, the juice and the meat of the chapter. Alright, so first we have Kaido. He is shocked that the attack actually did damage to him. He's like, oh, okay, Straw Hat, you're a little bit different. You're different from this battle, alright. So we'll be able to fight a little bit. And then Zoro, he's like, okay, everybody's like, okay, so this is Luffy's Rio training. This is what he learned training with Hirogoro from Udon. He's like, that's what everybody's like, okay, you can't hurt Kaido. And Kaido was still laying on the ground a little bit. It was only for like one panel though, but he was on the ground and he could actually do damage to him, so that's cool. He can't use Rio, Locke can't use Rio, Killer can't use Rio, still don't know if Zoro can't use Rio. I'm gonna be a little bit optimistic because he did train with Mihawk. I think Mihawk can use it, so that's one thing. And then, Kaido's talking to himself, and he's like, alright, what happened to you at Curie? I, was able to decimate you. You're fighting back. Who do you think you are? And then Kaido, he looks at Luffy, and then there's like I guess, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, I guess, like figures above him. It's figures of Whitebeard, Odin, I think Shanks, Roxy, Zebek. I don't know if I said Roger or Whitebeard already. And then that was it. And I'm surprised that Big Mom wasn't on there. Maybe it's because she's an ally. I don't know. But he was looking at those people who were able to fight against him equally. So it's pretty cool. He was giving Luffy his respect. He knows that Luffy is getting stronger and that this is going to be a different fight this time. And Big Mom, she attacks Luffy with Heavenly Fire. And I gasped in this moment because Zoro had a Zoro moment. Like, I just don't understand. Oda just don't miss. He just don't miss. Because this man, Zoro, came out of nowhere, grabbed his sword, ran, and did a FoxFire slash. He can cut fire now. Now, I don't know if this is a hockey thing, because, how the birth of all things, people speculate it's hockey. We don't know what it is, alright? But they say a swordsman can cut whatever he wants to cut, and I don't know exactly the quote, but it's a swordsman cuts what he wants and doesn't cut what he wants. So Zoro, just like he could cut when he learned to cut steel, he learned the breath of steel. Has he learned the breath of fire? We also saw he used a flame attack during his fight at Thriller Bark with Ryuma. So maybe he could always cut fire. But at the same time, when he saw Kiyama use his FoxFire style during Punk Hazard, he was intrigued by it and said he wanted to learn it. So, but here's the thing: I'm thinking about this right now. It probably had to be in between Zao and Wano. So probably Whole Cake Island is where Zoro learned how to cut fire. Because I was thinking, I was like, well, in Wano we've seen Zoro, he's been on the run mostly in Wano. But then and then in Zao, you know, we saw the crew split up. So that's probably when we might get a flashback. Who knows? But that's probably when we learned Zoro learned how to cut fire. But let's go. Let's continue. So then he cut Prometheus, and I don't think Prometheus is done, because you've seen Brook cut Prometheus, and I think Prometheus will end up coming back together. But I still think that was a pretty impressive feat. And then Kaido, he's about to attack Luffy. Well, first he attacks Luffy with a Bagua attack. And even though Luffy can use Future Sight, he's still not able to fully dodge it. I think he still gets hit a little bit. It's hard to tell a little bit. But he says, you know, even though I'm using Future Sight, he's still fast enough. So that Kaido has tremendous speed. And we saw in the fight between Luffy versus Katakuri, Katakuri had far better Future Sight, advanced observation of Luffy, but Snake Man was just, even though he was still partially using Future Sight, Snake Man was just so fast that it could keep up. So Future Sight can be beaten, you know, just based off of speed alone. And then Law saves Luffy, uses a shambles attack, and I found the next couple of moments kind of funny, where he was like, Luffy, I was already planning on bringing Law down below, but you telling me that looks like I serve under you. He said, I'm the captain, and Luffy's like, yeah, it's all right, and then Kid's like, oh, you know, you're one of Straw Hat's subordinates. He said it was pretty hilarious. And then so then we get to, I think it's a Big Mom attack. I'm not too sure. I assume it is, because Kaido, he hadn't transformed yet. So there's some fireballs coming at him, and he's like, alright. Luffy's like, alright. Whoever flinches first is going to be the small fry. And then so all of them, he's like, that's stupid. We're not going to do it. But that's the flame. They come closer. That, like, their face, I'm not going to make the face. It's embarrassing to make. But, like, they, like, faces like kind of shrunk up, like I guess in like a 3D aspect, like they compressed, and they all got hit by it. And Zoro's like, what are you guys doing? And then finally we see Zoro put on his bandana. We ain't seen this man put on his bandana since, I think, Dressrosa. I'm 99% sure it's Dressrosa, and that means whenever he puts on his bandana, Zoro's become serious. And so Zoro's talking to Killer. He's like, hey, don't, you know, they have some banter. I kind of like how it's funny how the captains are bantering and then the right hands are bantering, you know. And Zoro's like, don't get in my way. And then, you know, Killer's like, okay, but if I have my Punishers, we finally get to know what his blades are called. You wouldn't, you know, have cut me down. Which, at the same time, Zoro was nerfed. He also was fighting 2-on-1, and he had one less sword. Now he has an equal, maybe a little bit stronger sword than Shusui. And so I still think he would beat Killer. I have a video on that. Link will be in the description if you guys want to watch that. But they attack Kaido together. Zoro using the Rengoku Onigiri, so the Purgatory Onigiri. And then Killer uses an attack called the Zansu Claw. And it's called the Beheading Claw, I think. I saw that somewhere. And so, kind of, he took damage, but he smiled. You know, I don't think it hurt him. Maybe it didn't hurt him in the level of Luffy. Like I said, Luffy was using advanced armament hockey. And so, but I still, you know, we still saw, I think, a little bit of blood fly. But it wasn't like, just like the scabbards, you know, they were doing damage, but not necessarily hurting him, you know. And then we see Zoro say, oh, I still need to use or release more of Emma's power. And I was about to, because I was on Instagram yesterday night, I was watching Hunter x Hunter, and then I was scrolling on my For You page, and I saw a picture. It had Zoro, like some black, I'm assuming it's hockey, cover over his right, wait, let me look real quick. Okay, yeah, I have my One Piece poster right there. So Zoro's right eye, we already know that it is close. He got a scar, probably training a Mihawk, and so I'm sitting up in here, I'm like, okay. Because it had, like, the hockey from Emma, like, covering his right arm. And I'm like, and you kind of, like, drew those curse marks covering some of his face. Jugo from Naruto, you guys don't know. And so, and his eye opened and it was red. I thought it got spoiler because it had manga panels. I mean, it was in color, but it had like manga. So I assumed it was like real. So I'm assuming maybe Enma. Cause I was thinking Luffy gained Gear 4, Sanji gained Skywalk, Blue Walk, a lot of other attacks, and he got his raid suit, and Zoro just got Enma, but we haven't really seen him. I was actually thinking, I low-key think Zoro has something more than Asura, because he still hasn't used it yet, or maybe it's just he can, I don't know, use 12 arms instead of 9. But I think Zoro has something more than Asura up his sleeve. There's no way, or maybe it's just that powerful. I don't know. I think because Luffy, learned how to better control Gears 2nd and 3rd. Zoro's probably learned and more control of Asura. Sanji did Diablo Jamba. Just like I think Sanji, he's gonna eventually turn his red fire into blue flames because blue flames are stronger. I don't know. Let me know your guys' thought on that. But so then we see Luffy, Law, and Killer. Luffy using Gear 4th finally. Killer using Punk Rotten, and Law. Well, he's basically gonna use his Gamma Knife attacks and different room attacks on Kaido. We already knew that, but he's saying he's gonna catch you from the inside. Probably do the same stuff he did from Doflamingo Counter Shock. Really looking forward to that. They'll transform attacking Kaido. Law. I don't know why he used rocks. This is Emperor of the Sea, and I don't understand why he did that, but maybe he's saving his attacks. Lost him is not the best. But okay, and then we also see Big Mom. She's laughing. Turns Napoleon into the flaming sword, and then Kaido, he turns into his dragon form, and then we get a spread of Punk Rotten, and then Kid Law, all the supernovas up there, staring at Kaido and Big Mom. And then Kaido, he says, you guys have poneglyphs, right? So this battle will be a decisive battle, and whoever wins will have a better shot of becoming the Pirate King. And that's in the chapter. So we have a break next week. I didn't know this, because, okay, so how it worked, the break, like, we had a break till the 4th. Yeah, to the 4th because of Weekly Shonen Jump. Then we had another break last week for Weekly Shonen Jump, and then we have a break this week for Oda. Because at first I was like, well, I mean, it's cool. Like I said, Oda, he's been doing a lot, giving us a lot of content, so I understand why, we're getting some breaks. And I guess this is always for different mangas at the beginning of the year. I didn't know this. Like I said, I just started reviewing them, but it kind of sucks. So like I said, we're into 2021 now, and we've only gotten 2 chapters, and there's a break every chapter. Like it feels like every chapter, but we'll be back. Next chapter will be three manga chapters, and then Oda break, then 3 more Oda break. So I'm looking forward to that. I know it sucks, but we just gotta push through. But my thoughts on the chapter are pretty cool. Like I said, I did not know that Zoro learned the FoxFire style. Zoro's a monster. Zoro's a real prodigy. I can't wait for him to fight Mihawk. Kid and Luffy, dope in this chapter. Like Law's interaction, and Killer just feel, I don't know why, maybe it's just me, he just feels so out of place here. I don't know what it is. I don't know, dislike him, but he just doesn't feel like he's supposed to be here. But hey, let me know your guys' thoughts. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss out on a video from my Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat on the screen in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.